Okay, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the day, on the time of the day you are. My name is Mariano Bianchi. I am the technical support engineer from Latin America for Rosslare Security Products. What we are going to view in this video tutorial is our new software, AxTraxNG version 23.04. And well, I hope you enjoy it and it's useful for you. We are going to view a lot of things. I'm going to be fast because this video is in the YouTube, and you can pause and see what piece you want to. So let's start. We are going to run first the AxTraxNG server. And then we are going to run AxTraxNG client. First thing I'm going to say is this server can be run in application mode or service mode. I am using the application mode because I can see this kind of log to see what's going on in our system. Then if you are going to use in the background, like in a service mode, well, you can go to Windows Services and see if the service is running or not. Okay, now I'm going to log in as administrator. The default password is admin, lowercase, and I'm in. This is the interface of AxTraxNG. As I said, 23.04. These are all kind of panels, AC panels, access control panels we support in this version. You can use a maximum number of panels of 64 without license, and that's it. What are we going to do first is to erase all data we have in our system. So we go to Tools, Database, and Erase Configuration and Events. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And now the application is closing because it's database action. Many customers think this is a crash, software crash, but it's not. It's just AxTrax needs to close client in order to erase all database. Okay, now how we know the system has finished clearing database? Well, you can use AxTrax Watchdog, and there you can see if the server is done or it has something left to do. So we go to again to Watchdog, and for some reason it's not running, so I'm going to go to Task Manager. These kind of things happen. After Watchdog, I'm going to end task, and then yes, now it's running, and it says server doesn't have networks. So this message means that I can now log in with AxTrax client. I'm here, and now I can see that I have nothing in the system. Okay, one last thing before we begin is what should happen if server is not running and I want to run, well, server is offline. It says AxTrax Watchdog, and if I want to log in again with client, I'm going to see this window, which client is asking for IP server connection, you know, because I want to, okay, that's because what client does at the very first beginning is to try to connect to server, which he thinks it's running in the local host, and because it's not running right now, then he asks which IP address is the server, AxTrax server, located. Okay, so again, we run AxTrax server, and after we run AxTrax client. Now, yes, it's in localhost running. Okay, first, what we are going to do first, we need to create an AC network, access control network. We're going to create two kind of access network. The first one is going to be IP, TCP IP. We have here an AC215 IP panel, and its IP address, I know it's 192.168.1.13. The speed, I know it's 105.200, and then I hit OK, and their network is disconnected. Why is that? Because, let me check. The problem is that I miswrite the IP address of the panel. The correct IP is 40. I know that. So now we need to maybe restart server, restart client, and that's it. We have the OK network. Now what we're going to do next is to add panel. We click here the icon of find panels and click find panels. The system is going to find automatically the first panel, which is AC215 IP, as I said you before. Now we click to add panels, and we are going to use another network, because in order to show you how to create a serial network, we're going to use serial net. Which COM port we are using? Okay, we don't know, so we go to device manager, and here in device manager COM port, we know I'm using COM port number 4. So here I'm using again a 215 IP panel, which the IP address I told you, and then I'm going to use a 225 panel. The connection is going to be serial. I'm going to use a MD14 wire, which is a RS485 to RS232 converter, and then I'm going to use a USB to RS232 wire. That wire is in a COM port 4, and the speed is the same as the other panel. As you can see here in the icon, in this icon, the first dip switch of each panel is up. That means that the speed is 115-200 bit per second. Now hit OK. The second network is OK, and again we are going to add panels as we did before. This is fine automatically almost, and then I hit here and I hit add panels. Here we have this panel is initializing, and then the other panel it's already connected. And here again you can see what's going on in the system. As you can see, the system is deleting panel data, and now everything is all set. You can see here it's connected, the network 2 it's connected, the panel. So after we begin, well, we already begin, but after we continue, I am going to show you how easily you can update firmware in these panels. You go to panel 1, and then you hit here, firmware updates, and then the system automatically knows which panel you are using and select the .x file again automatically. You hit OK and hit yes, and the firmware update of panel 1 started. Here you can see the download count. This is new in AxTraxNG, and you can, when this arrive to 0, the firmware update procedure is complete. We are going to do the same in second panel, so you can see that it is very easy to do it, and you can do it via IP or via RS-485 protocol. Each of them are possible to upgrade the software. Okay, after I think the first one is complete and the second one is downloading data, and it's going to hit not 0 but 6, and then here again you can see that AxTraxNG server, it's going to give both panels a kind of timeout in order to them to boot up and make the power on self-test, and after this timer go to 0, then yes, you are going to see here the download count is going to be 0, and here in AC networks, which both of them are okay, but panels are initialized and panel 2 is initialized also. So we need to wait just a few more seconds, and then we are going to continue with this video tutorial. What we are going to do first is to add a user. Just simple as that. How are we going to add a user? Okay, we go to here, user, general, and we hit the green plus icon, and here we have first name. I'm going to write my name, my last name Bianchi Mariano, and we are going to use codes. Which code are we going to use? Well, we can add a WGAN 26 bits card, and we also can add a pin code. It depends on the reader you are connecting to the panel. If the reader is only pin and prox, sorry, if it is only pin, then you're going to write a pin code. I hit auto pin again. For instance, this is a pin number for Mariano. And if the reader is only prox, you can just only add a card. I have here in the first panel I have a pin and prox reader, and in the second panel I have only prox readers. So okay, let's change the code to 1 1 2 3 4, which is easier to remember, and then try to hit here in the pin, in the prox, in the pin reader. Sorry, nothing happened. As you can see here, you can see the events in real time that are happening in our system. Here I'm going to click to clear. Why it didn't work? Well, it didn't work because as default in each panel, what we're going to use 225 panel. In 225 panel, here 225 panel reader 1, I have the card only pin, only prox, sorry. So we need to edit, and we need to change the operation mode to card or pin, and the keypad type WGAN 6 Rosslare. Hit OK, and now 1 2 3 4 pound Yes. Now we have access granted, NG Mariano, in panel 2, panel 1, network 2, reader 1. Okay. Of course, you can change the name of the network and the name of the doors and readers. Here we are going to use Rosslare 1 network, and here I'm going to use Rosslare 2 network. Okay. What's next? Next thing is to add a card number to that same user. The trick that I'm going to use is to pass the card to the reader, and now I can see which card number I have. So I go to General Mariano and add the code. Facility code is 222, and then the card number is 49966. Okay. Now you can see that in panel 1, access granted by the same user. The next thing I'm going to tell you, to teach you, is look what's going on in the second reader. Sorry, the first reader. First reader, I swipe the card, hear the beep, but I don't see anything in the real-time events. Why is that? Because I know that that reader is configured not WIGAN 26 but WIGAN 32 bits. This thing can be done in such readers with the help of MD08B products. That product can change the reader type of the reader. Here I'm using a AYM25 reader, and yesterday I changed it to WIGAN 32. So what I need to do now is to go to again panel 215, first network, and reader is first reader. The first reader is okay, it's currently only procs, but the first reader, it's not WIGAN 26 but it's WIGAN 32 bits, and that's okay. And now again, if I hit here, you can see access denied because the card, it's different in WIGAN 32 than WIGAN 26. So what we need to do again to add to the only user we have, to add this card, which is 32 as I told you before, and the card number is 264821870. Hit OK, and now I I wrote the wrong 26486211870. I forgot one number, I think, and now because it was WIGAN 20, let's remove this. How I can remove active, inactive. Well, okay, and codes. Well, let's do again it's WIGAN 32, and we're going to write 26486211870, and now yes, and now again swipe the card, and yes, access granted. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you can, this is not the only way you can add cards to the system. Of course you can do it in an automatic way. Here for instance cards, insert cards manually. You can insert, for instance, 50 cards. We got 26 facility code, it's 222, and it starts from, for instance, 1001, and you hit OK, and then you have the 50 cards just in a second. And then you can add that cards to the users. How? Here, go to Mariano, edit, in codes, you can add from list, and here you have all the cards we added recently. Okay, next, what we're going to do next. Of course, you can do, for instance, timing. We are going to add some time zone. Basically, we have two time zones, never and always. Of course, we can do, for instance, only Mondays from 9 to create. With left click, you do it, then right click and create, and right click again, properties, you can choose 9 to 5 to check that, and then hit OK. And then what else we can do? We can make a access group. We can make access group to access group 2, and here we're going to add, for instance, again, we are an access group, and then we go to access group 2, we just generated, and then here we choose which readers are available to that access group and which not. For instance, we're going to choose panel 1 reader 1 and panel 2 reader 2. And that's it. And we're going to do okay, we're going to test it now. What happens if then I need to go to the user and set that access group to the user. Access group is access group 2. Okay, access group 2. Here you have a pencil icon, which means that this information still needs to be downloaded to the panel. So if you go to another place, then you can see here download count is going to 0, the pencil disappeared, and now it's all up to date. Now yes, we're going to test. We're going to test access granted and access is denied. No access right. In reader 1, panel 1 access is granted. In reader 2, panel 1 access is not granted because as we configured recently in access group, let's go again, we didn't choose reader 2 panel 1. We choose reader 2 panel 2 or panel 1 but in network 2. That's what I mean. Okay, if I go to reader 2 in panel 1 but network 2, I don't have a reader connected to that, but that's okay. And regarding time zone, we're going to change it. Panel 1 reader 1 time zone 3, which is only, again, pencil. See this? Download count 0. Only Mondays. So if now I go to network 1, panel 1, reader 1, access is denied because wrong time zone. Okay, we are good. I hope you are enjoying this and learning something. Then what we are going to do now is to, well, the integration with HomeLogix, which is alarm panels intrusion control. It's in another video. I'm going to do it next. What we're going to do next here is to, let's see what we can do. It's Let's see. Okay, great. What we are going to see now, it's two kind of concepts. We're going to see door interlock and anti-passback. First, what means door interlock? Door interlock means you have a panel where you have two doors. You can't open second door if first door is closed, and vice versa. You can't open first door if the second door is not closed. That's it, interlock. It brings you a more secure kind of control in doors and rooms. And what do I need to configure and how in Rosslare panel? Okay, first thing you need to see is that the panel has one reader per door. As you can see, in first network we have one reader per door. In second network we have two readers per door. What does it mean? If you have two readers per door, then you have one reader to get in and one reader to get out. Just one door. If you have like this, one reader per door, then you have one reader to get in first door, one reader to get in the second door. And what about the exit? The exit is going to be by rex, request for exit button. In this kind of configuration, you can set door interlock. Before that, how do you set the panel to be one reader per door? Easy. As you can see here, the third dip switch, the first two dip switches are for configuration, as I told you the very beginning of this video. The third dip switch is just to select one reader per door or two readers per door. In this case, we have one reader per door, so the dip switch is up. If the dip switch is down, then you have two readers per door. Okay. Then in options, you're going to select door interlock, and that's it. You select door 1 and door 2, and you said OK, and now you are all set. Let's see what happens if I try to get in. Well, wrong time zone. Let's go back to user Mariano and select access group always master, which is, again, master is any door, anytime, no matter. But now you can see the access is denied because of door interlock. How do you change, or how do you know it is because of that door interlock? Well, it's easy. You go to first network, first panel, first network, first panel, and you can see the inputs and outputs. As you can see, the door monitor 1 and door monitor 2, it's open. So as the doors are opened, you can't enter because, as I told you before, that's why door interlock does. So I have a switch connected to input 2A, which is door monitor 2. Now you see it's closed. I close it. And if door 2 is closed, then I can go into reader 1, door 1, okay? As I left the switch, then door 2 is open, and now the access is denied because of door interlock. Door 2 is open, and vice versa, remember. Okay, and what about anti-passback? Anti-passback, it's the following concept. A user can't go in to the place if he didn't go out first. And okay, how the system knows if he goes out? Well, because of the reader. Now you need to use you need to use 2 readers per door, as I told you before. A reader to go in and a reader to go out. Okay. We are not going to test this feature because I only have one reader connected to this panel. So, but yes, we can check it anyway. How? We can select here. We're going to set this panel like anti-passback and hard. Automatic anti-passback always. You can select, for instance, a time of the week where you want to choose automatic anti-passback. We have choose always, reader 1, reader 2. Look what happens. At first, Mariano is going to enter. Access granted. Network 2, panel 1, reader 1. What if this user wants to get into again from the same reader, of course? As you can see, the access is denied because the anti-passback we have just configured. That's easy. That's it, anti-passback. How do I give anti-passback immunity to a user? Easy. Here you can anti-passback immunity always. And now Mariano, it can go into. Let's see what this warning started reader tamper means. Okay, this means that in the back of the reader you have an optical sensor, which is for instance a vandal want to remove the reader from the wall, so then you are going to have a reader tamper. There is a way, if you wanna get rid of that kind of event of warning, you just need to go to panel, options, event filter, panel 1, reader 1. The last is reader tamper. You deselect it, and then reader 2 the same, deselect it, and then okay, we are going to do it the same, the second network, in options, reader 1, okay, here, and select it, reader tamper, and reader 2 the same, just in case I haven't connected the reader 2, but again reader tamper, and that's it. And now if I move the reader from the, you can see, but I'm moving the reader from the desktop. I have the table, and nothing going on because I unselect this kind of event. Okay, great. Well, we saw a lot of things. We're going to continue now. Going to see video integration. What we are going to do now is to run the Vitrax. You know, Vitrax is the software we use in Rosslare in order to integrate video, IP video, to these kind of panels. So, as I did with AxTrax, I'm going to run first Vitrax server. Vitrax is not a free software. It needs a license for each camera you want to add. You can use one free camera without license, and after server is running, I'm going to double click here. I'm going to run the client. First, I'm going to, this is the look and feel, this is the graphical user interface. Now you can see me here, but I'm going to show you how to add a camera. You right click here, and then you need to choose if you're going to add a camera for AC525, which you know it's a panel which has two BNC interfaces for analog cameras, or you want to add IP cameras. Here you choose the title, test cam, and then in properties you can choose the different manufacturer, the brand, and the model of the camera. For instance, Hikvision, we have a lot of cameras supported. And we hit OK, and also you're going to choose the IP, where you can choose the IP here in properties. You just write the IP address of that camera, and that's it. If it needs a username and password, then you write it and you're all set. Now I have an error because I don't have that camera and I don't have a license, so I just need to disable this camera. I'm going to disable. The device is disabled, and that's it. And I'm going to enable my webcam, which is the one we are going to use in this demo. Now it's selected. Okay, finish. Here you have. Then how do you integrate Vitrax with AxTrax? You go in AxTraxNG client, you go to Vitrax server, and then you hit plus sign. The IP address of the Vitrax server is 127.0.0.1. There's no place like home, and you can choose you write the username and password is admin in lowercase. You are all set. You are connected. What next? Next, we need to add cameras. So we go to video integration, Vitrax, and you click here, add cameras. Which camera are you going to add? The only one you have available, which is the webcam. And you hit OK. You're all set. The camera is attached to AxTraxNG. If you double click here, you can see the online video, the live video of the camera. You can record and you can save current snapshot. Okay, what we are going to do here, very interesting thing, we're going to make AC link access control link. We're going to choose if the second door is forced, then we are going to make the sounder of the panel on for 4 seconds. By the way, it's not going to sound because I have not connected the sounder on the panel, but what I have connected is the camera. So which camera? The only one I have, the webcam. I'm going to use a pop-up video by timer for 4 seconds, and door forced is the message. I'm going to choose red color. Message is going to be shown in the AxTraxNG client. That hit OK. Now, how do we make fake door forced event? Again, if I close and open the door monitor 2, I am faking a door forced event. Why it's not happening anything? Because you need to check indoors. The second door, you need to enable the door forced open event. Okay, then you hit OK, and now it should work, and yes, it works. Here we have the 4-second live pop-up video of the camera, and here you have the the alarm event in red color we just generated. This is very, very interesting. Okay, That's it, AC links. Well, we are going to reaching the end of the end of the course, of the video tutorial. I'm going to show you, for instance, we are going to use global triggering. Let me show you that. Yes, global triggering. What you need to do first is to generate an output group. In this output group, you can choose, for instance, any output, all outputs. Select all outputs, and that's OK. All outputs, and that's OK. And then you're going to do a new AC link, the first network, which include input 2, here you see input 2, and generate alarm, pop-up enable, you hit OK, and you go, the destination type, it's output group, all outputs, and that's for instance timer. For 4 seconds, if you touch the switch in input 2, you're going to open all outputs for 4 seconds. And that's it. And it worked. That's okay. I'm sorry, I forget something. You need to check this checkbox. Open all outputs of selected output group. So now it's going to work. How can I show you? For instance, here all outputs are open, and again we're going to network 2, panel 2, panel 1, network 2. All outputs are open for 4 seconds, and that's a new feature, and that's global triggering, which is very useful, for instance. Okay, now yes, we're going to reach you to the end. We are now going to reach to the end. What else we can do? We are going to view status maps. You can choose a graphic file, for instance. I have one here. You can choose JPG file, and here you have the status maps. You can see here the design mode is checked. No, so that means you can add cameras. You can add, here you can add cameras, drag and drop wherever you want. You can also insert doors. Here we are going to hit here a door, and now you can select to show the status of map by door monitor. Okay, let's add the second door, the one I have the switch, the door monitor switch here, door 2, and again show map alarm status by door monitor. Okay, save, and then uncheck the design mode checkbox, and if you double click here, you can again see leave the video of the webcam, and for instance, well, I have configured here. You see? Did you see the door open? The door is open, and this is the the icon, you can see if the door is forced. Door 2, panel 1, network 1 is forced open. So here you can see in leave again what's going on in your system real time. Okay, and it's very useful. And that's status maps. Okay, everything's working, and we are going to see to finish car parking. Why you can't add any car parking? Well, because at first you need to add access areas. In access area, where you need to choose which reader is defined to enter and which reader is defined to out. Reader 1 is to enter, reader 2 is to enter, network 1. That's okay. And then you go back to car parking and you can now insert the green plus sign car parking 2. In car parking 2, we're going to hit OK, and then car parking 2, we're going to generate here. We're going to edit. We're going to, for instance, maximum for user group. We are going to choose user group. That's it. Now user group. Now you can, for instance, say Rosslare A have a number of 5 cars, or just 1 car. And the second car parking group is called, for instance, Hikvision, and they have 3 parking lots. So what does it mean? This means that any car will enter through the same reader, and in the parking lot you have 4 spaces. One of that 4 is for Rosslare, and the rest of the 3 is for Hikvision. So what you can do next is to go to users. In users, you can choose Mariano. The car parking group is Rosslare A. Okay, and that's it. And if he enters, well, door interlock. We're going to deselect door interlock. I'm sorry about that. Here you can go here and options, door interlock. That's okay. And we're going to, yes, there, here you can see the car parking icon. So you can see we are in car parking 2. In car parking group Rosslare A, you have one available space and nobody using it, so 1 0. And in Hikvision the same, 3 0. Okay. What happens is, for instance, I go into the first, well, this user is Mariano, and this user is assigned to car parking group Rosslare A, and car parking has only 1 space. So after 1 person enters, you have access area is full. If any other person wants to enter, it's going to give you access denied because the car parking Rosslare A is full. And if you go out the second reader, the access area is not full. Rosslare again, first reader, and then if you go here, you can see that Rosslare A have 1 available and 1 user, so no spaces are left. Okay, and that's car parking. We are going to go now to finish to make some reports. In reports you have 2 major kinds of report, immediate and archives. Inside immediate you have who's been today, the only user we have, and last known position was reader 1 Mariano Bianchi. Then we are going to generate an archive report. Okay, we're going to generate a panel events report, and there are the other two kinds of events of reports you can make. We're going to choose that, and we're going to choose access report. We're going to choose the only user we have, and we also are going to choose all the access events that are available. And then you can name the report like report 1, and you can choose the output format. It's text file, Excel spreadsheet, or HTML. We choose HTML, and the last thing the system will ask is which kind of what number of days you are going to include in the report, in the last n days or between two different dates. We're going to choose the first one, is the same, and we are going to click finish, and here we have the report. We were doing a lot of tests, second panel, reader 1, access, runtime, so any information will go here. Okay, I think this is time for finish. We saw a lot of things, so how to add panels, how to reload firmware, how to create groups, car parking, video integration, timing. We also saw status maps and reports. I hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial. Any question, I please encourage you to direct it to your distributor. If the distributor can't answer the question, then contact me, and we are going to be glad to help you. Thank you very much for watching this video, and keep in touch.